Hi guys, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to, excuse me, day 20 of our daily lessons in witchcraft. We're one day away from being 3 weeks in. And I want to thank you guys all so much for continuing on this journey with me. It's doing a lot for me personally, and I hope you guys are getting something out of it too. Let me turn the camera just a hair. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Today, let's see, yesterday we talked about indoor sacred space. The day before, let's see, which would have been Tuesday, we talked about just sacred space in general. Yesterday was indoor. Now today we're going to do outdoor. And it's not going to take very long. It's just going to be, a few little hints, tips, and tricks. I'm going to take these off. Oh, my hand hurts so bad. Just got new glasses on the 23rd, and the frames don't fit, but it's so nice to be able to see. Now I can't see at all. It's amazing how you don't realize how bad your vision is until you can see 20/20. That it's like, whoa, I really was blind. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I have to apologize if you hear my dogs barking outside. They're outdoors playing. Again, I look exactly the same as I have for the past several days because I finally got some time to get caught up on videos. I'm hoping to get all the videos recorded through Tuesday the 4th of February. Husband has to work a really, really long day today, so I'm hoping to get those videos in. So yes, I will look exactly the same for like a week. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started into our outdoor spaces. Okay, I'll clean them later. All right. So, if you are one of those who prefers to work outside when the weather permits, if you have the space for it, if you have an area that is private enough, then by all means set up a space outside. I prefer to work outside. However, in the winter, it's not always possible. The weather here in Indiana is very something. Yesterday, let's see, on Sunday the 26th, it was 50 degrees. Today's Monday for me, day of recording, and it is 14 degrees with a wind chill of -20. So, we basically lost 70 degrees in one day. So, outside work is not always possible. If you have the space and the means to create an outdoor space, then by all means, go ahead and do it. But you need to look for a place that is completely private, secluded from everybody else. There are so many things that you could do to create your sacred space. And, there's a lot of ways that you can make that space private. You can put up a privacy fence. You can decorate with shrubbery. You can decorate with trees. You can put ivy on fences. So many ways that you can go about making it private if you don't live in a private area. I live out in a very rural area, and we have 2 acres of land, and our actual yard is only about a half an acre, so the rest of it's all wooded. We don't have neighbors behind us. Our neighbors directly in front are a cemetery. The house next door to us is empty. So the only ones that we really have to worry about are the neighbors we have that sit kind of catty-cornered from us. And he's a Methodist preacher. Very nice guy. Super, super, super nice guy. I tend to not do things outside if he's home. If he's not home, then it's not a big deal. In the summer, he does a lot of gardening, and he bought the house next door to us, so he does a lot of gardening in that backyard. which is right next to my backyard. So we're working on getting a privacy fence put up so that I don't have to worry about it. You know, outdoor spaces take a lot of planning. And they can be expensive, you know, because, you know, not only do you have the initial setup, then you have the upkeep, you know, the yearly upkeep of it. And it can get pretty expensive. My husband has some river rock, very large, huge river rocks that he's going to make an actual circle for me. And then I'll have a round wooden table put in the center of that, and that will be where I do my magical workings, where my children can go out and do their magical workings. So, you know, I mean, it's going to take you some hard work. It's not like setting up, excuse me, not like setting up an indoor space. But I think in the end, I know for me, it's more rewarding, I think, for me, to have my outdoor space, and that is something that I fully intend on getting set up this year, and getting it, you know, get me a spot cleared out. See, in our backyard, we have a lot of really tall trees, and we live, a couple hundred yards from the river, and from a very large river. We live right at the White River, I think at the East Fork. So our ground is always really, really moist, and because we have so many real high trees, excuse me, in the backyard, we don't get a lot of sunlight back there, so we don't really have any grass. We have a lot of clover. That's about it. Not a whole lot of grass. So I think this year, you know, we're going to work on trying to get me an outdoor space out there, because I love being outside. I've always been the very outdoorsy type, and I don't like being cooped up in the house through the winter. You know, I'm cooped up for months on end, and by the time summer rolls around, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in the house, and I'm usually gone like all the time. So, you know, that's creating an outdoor space that's workable, you know, that's going to work for you is going to take some time. It's going to take some planning. It's going to take some research. You need to know, you know, if there's any plants that you want to, you know, that you want to plant around, if you want to plant herbs or anything like that. You need to do research on your climate, your soil type, what those type of plants need, you know, as far as sunlight, water, soil, climate, etc. And then you need to plan like your actual area, you know, what you're going to do for privacy, if you're going to put up a privacy fence, if you're going to use shrubbery, if you're going to use trees or anything like that. Obviously, if you're going to use trees, it's going to be several years before you actually have your, you know, your privacy. And you also have to remember, too, in planting trees, their roots are going to intertwine, and that one, you know, if one tree is stronger, it will kill another one. It'll strangle it. So you need to keep that in mind too. Now, if you use shrubbery, shrubs are meant to be put close together. Their roots are not as formidable. They're not as big and bulky. It's more like a plant, more fibrous roots. So that may be, you know, a better idea. It just depends on if it's something that you're going to want to do sitting down or standing up. If you're going to want, you know, and again, if you're going to use shrubbery, it's still going to take several years for everything to grow up. So, you know, you just need to sit back and really think about, you know, what you want. Then do your research. Go to your local home improvement store and check on buying rock on fencing, plants, and things of those things of that nature. If you go to your local, like your local greenhouse, then generally they will have plants that will survive in your area. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not going to try to sell you plants that aren't going to grow, otherwise they wouldn't make any money. I do apologize for the dogs out there barking. So give it some thought, and I would love, I did mention this in the last video, but I would love if you guys would send me go to my Facebook page. It's the.penny.pinching.witch. You just go to Facebook, do it up in the search bar. That's the page that I use for my book, Practical Magic for the Penny Pinching Witch. There will be a link for this down below. Comes in paperback and on Kindle. But I would love if you guys would go on over to my Facebook page, give me a like, and then if you want, upload photos of your sacred space. And you know, I'll see them as they're posted. That would be fantastic. I would love to see that, especially if you have outdoor spaces. I love to look at. I love to see other people's outdoor spaces. I'm a very outdoorsy person, so anyway, there is 11 minutes of your life that I have wasted. If you're new to the channel, then yeah, over here, yep, right about there. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you found the video helpful, useful, throw me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can private message me on YouTube. Leave a comment down below. No nasty comments. I will delete them and mark them as spam. You can also get a hold of me on Facebook. And I think that's it. So I want you guys to be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. You don't want to have to deal with karma because she's not a nice one. And we will see you guys again tomorrow. 3 weeks. Tomorrow will mark the 3-week mark of our daily lessons. Thank you guys for sticking with me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye guys.